But there are a lot of questions that need to be asked. Right? Not for the purpose of getting an answer, but for the purpose to get people thinking about the premise. Get people thinking about the premise. You want to open up new opportunity. Ask new questions. Start asking questions that your competitors aren't asking. That's where new opportunity gets opened up. I truly, honestly believe that new frontiers are opened by new questions. And so, here's John, driven by curiosity. And so, it caused me to ponder a lot of things. How often do you and I meet someone who is insatiably curious about us? When is the last time you were at a cocktail hour and a dinner last night? Did anybody corner you and couldn't learn enough about you? Don't be pointing at anyone. All right? No, you know what we get au contraire in our culture. When people will often start a conversation with us with the express intention of turning it back to themselves. They'll ask you about you and then cut you off in the middle of your story so they can tell you about them. Because there's a human condition that we all catch this virus to varying degrees. It's called narcissism. You remember the old fable about Narcissus? He saw his reflection in the pool of water and he wouldn't leave to eat, and he starved to death. Too bad he couldn't have just called Domino's, right? But okay, I thought I'd just try that new line today. It didn't really work, but that's my problem. I like some of those thoughts. he could still be staring, you know. But have you noticed this about people? There aren't that many curious people. My daughter just went to college, and my daughter's just a naturally curious human being, and she's always paid attention to this theme. And when she meets people, she makes a point to meet them, to know their name, to know where they're from, to ask them about where they grew up and where they went to school and what they're studying, and to learn. And so she's 1 month into college now. And she called me a couple days ago and she said, well, Dad, she said, you know, I've learned something. I said, what's that? She said, there aren't very many curious people. She said, I've had one person out of scores of people I've met, one person has reciprocated my interest in them. She said they're all happy to talk about themselves, but she said I've only met one that actually turned it back to me and wanted to know something about me. Interesting, isn't it? You know, my favorite definition of narcissism is the two guys in Hollywood having lunch and the one says to the other, hey, enough of me talking about me. How about you talk about me for a while?